wants to tell you about what's going on with the ostrich eggs. Okay, go ahead, honey. Last night,
we found them in the nest.
2 of them at the same time. So Aubrey was really excited. She really wanted to share that with you guys. So this one is a smaller, smoother shell. I believe this came from Toots. And this one, I'm not sure, but I've seen eggs like this before. I think it might be from Lois. So, yeah, each hen kind of has distinctive features to their eggs. So I will check my game camera later and see if I can tell which hens laid them for sure, because it's nice to know. And now I'm going to show you what we do with our eggs. We keep a record book every year. Every year I start a new notebook, and I keep a list of how many eggs we've had, the date they were laid on, how much they weigh, and any notes on what's going on with them. If we found them in an unusual place, or if we know who the mom was, or if we ended up eating it, or the shell was weird, or all that kind of thing. So we have this little scale we use. And now I put this dish on top just so they don't roll away on us. I hit the on button and it comes up to 0 and it's already set to grams, which is what I weigh in. So we're going to take this little egg here, and I'm going to call it egg number 10 for the season. It was laid yesterday, so it's April 19th, and it is 1,221 grams. As I said, I believe that is Toots, but I'll check my camera to be sure. Now this one we'll call egg number 11 for this season already. Also laid April 19th. It's 1,412 grams. And now what I do is I write that same information on a little sticker. Egg number, date, and weight. The reason I want the weight right on the egg is because when I'm moving them around the incubator, sometimes you want your biggest eggs up high where the most heat is and your smallest eggs down where they won't take as much heat, or, you know, different things like that. So now I take got a good little LED flashlight, and now sometimes you need a darker room, especially when they're fresh, to find. There we go, there's my air pocket. It should be on the biggest, roundest end, and it's easier to see in the dark, but there's a little more flashlight glow there. So that's my big end. So that's where I'll stick that sticker, so I always know where my air pocket is, so that it faces up for incubation. This one, might have to hide in the dark for this one. Actually, Aubrey, do you want to hand me your blanket for a minute? Cut out a few seconds there. All right. Since we're in a well-lit room here, tuck it down deep in a blanket. And I'm not seeing an air pocket at that end. So we turn around and, okay, now we can see it. The air pocket glows under the flashlight. It's a little hard to see here. I'd have to show it to you in the dark to make it easier to see. But now we know it's at that end for sure. As I say, when you get used to them, you can usually tell what your biggest end is on a lot of the eggs. And that's usually where the air cell is. There. Thank you for your blanket. And, all right, so that's it for our records. When I put a batch in the incubator, I close off that page with the dates it goes in the incubator, the dates that I'm going to candle them again to make sure whether they're fertile or not, and the expected hatch date, which is 6 weeks for ostrich eggs. So the last week before hatching, I draw pencil lines on where the air pocket is and different things so I can monitor them, and I keep a really close eye on them because I find quite often ostrich eggs do need some assistance in hatching. So I get a lot more live chicks by keeping a close eye on things and helping as needed, but not too much too soon. That can be just as bad or worse. So anyway, there is 2 fresh eggs from last night.